Wearing my danger glasses. Let me take these off. Hello and welcome to this week's installment of Tick.
Fucks it up every time, folks. Sorry for cursing, but I had to do it that time because it's unbelievable.
Yo profanity.
Watch your profanity. He messed up.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Teep Talk. I'm your host, Wes.
And I am your co-host, Russ.
And today we'll be going over this weekend's picks for UFC Fight Night Baku. Now, where is Baku? Nobody knows and nobody cares. What's really important is Hill versus Rountree. Now, the light heavyweight division is slowly but surely just turning into who's the best of the people that Alex Ferreira beat up. And this weekend, we're going to figure out which is the best between Hill and Rountree. As always, we do get our picks straight from DraftKings. We're not sponsors, but the crown is yours, they say. DraftKings, if you see this, send us a thing. You can sponsor us. And I will lie to the people for the Vegas mob bosses to make money. Okay? $1 billion gajillion. But folks, we ain't lying to you yet. Here's what we got. See if I can address something else. There's other things to address. Nope, we got a good slate on us. Russell, take it away.
What's going on, folks? Stuff. Obviously, statistics, man. Everything here, the brains. So, just want to let you know, I get all of my information from UFC.com. We're not sponsored. But maybe one day. Dana?
Yeah, Dana.
Call us.
Have to
give us a
sponsor
call.
us. Yeah.
Anyway, starting with this first fight is a featherweight fight. Probably going to botch the names because I don't know how to say their names. But we got Muhammad versus Bogdan, Australian guy. Muhammad is 12-3. He won his last fight by unanimous decision and lost the fight before that. Submission, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions, 5 first-round finishes. And Bogdan, 15-2. He won his last fight. It's the only fight I got by round 2 knockout TKO. 9 knockouts, 3 submissions, 8 first-round finishes. I am choosing Bogdan. Yep.
But Muhammad is a Muslim.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't matter anymore, folks.
Yep.
3 out of 6 picks. And he even chose the negative ones, too. Negative 800 and stuff. And lost. I even lost. Doesn't matter anymore. We have to go off of really what we want to do.
Bogdan it is. The Muslims are starting to lose now.
Muhammad is minus 285 and Bogdan is plus 230. But I'm just going to pick Bogdan. I don't really care. Pick what you want.
Remember? Why are you picking Bogdan?
Oh, because the Australians are hitting it. I mean, what is Jack's an Australian, isn't he?
Who? Yep.
Yep. See?
Della Mella Bella
That's
Della
right.
Ding Dong. Yep. Della Mella Ding Dong.
And
that poster of him right up there.
That's right.
Jack Della Mella
right there.
Bella
And he won.
Mella Della.
That's crooked nose.
Modelo.
But this guy's a plus 230. I'm going with him. We got Nazim. He's 10-1-1. He won his last 2 fights, knockout TKO doctor stoppage, and majority decision. 7 knockouts, 2 submissions, 4 first-round finishes. And then Nikolaus Mata, 15-5, won his last 2 fights, unanimous decision, and knockout TKO. 10 knockouts, 8 first-round finishes. I am choosing Nazim. He is minus 470, and the other guy is plus 360. Nazim. Next on our list here, by the way, that was a light heavyweight fight. Forgot to tell you. This one's a heavyweight fight. Curtis Blades, 18-5. He lost his last fight by knockout to Tom Aspinall. Yes, we have to say names that we know.
Also, let me give some insight.
Yeah.
On this. His loss to Tom Aspinall on his last fight doesn't really count.
That's why you'll see in a minute.
Because it's Tom Aspinall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won the fight before that by knockout TKO in round 2. 13 knockouts, 3 first-round finishes. Going up against a guy named Rizvan. 12-2-1. Russian.
Riz.
He's a Russian.
Does he have Riz, Russ?
I don't know. Wes.
Are you down with the slang that the kids are using these
No.
days? They say Riz.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what they call it when they're.
I don't got Riz. I got class.
It's kind of what they say with what they call game. Do you ever Riz up your pookie?
Nope, because I don't use that type of language.
Okay. I mean, it's just what the kids are saying.
That's right. 12-2-1, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions, four first round finishes. Didn't really give me much info off UFC.com for his stuff, but he's 12-2-1. I'm choosing Curtis minus 258. The other guy is 2 plus 210. Curtis is going to get it. I already know.
Mm-hmm.
Next fight, lightweight. Got this guy named Tofik. Doesn't have a picture on the UFC.com. Didn't see it.
He's invisible.
22-5, 18 knockouts, 2 submissions, and 14 first-round finishes. Now, makes me a little worried because I don't know what he looks like. Last time we picked a guy that didn't know what he looks like, we lost.
Well, maybe he's invisible.
This might not be a UFC fight. It's like Patchy Mix. You didn't get to see what he looks like on UFC.com. So
I'd say go against him.
Yeah. So the other guy is Mick Tybeck. He is 13-2-1. He lost his last fight by round 3 split decision and then won the fight before that by unanimous decision. 6 knockouts, 5 submissions, 7 first-round finishes. Tofik is a plus 140 and Tybeck is a minus 166. I am going with the Tybeck guy. Yes. Next fight is another lightweight, 155 pounds. Right? And by the way, we have 2 new subscribers because I have some friends on Xbox that subscribe.
Thank you
for
subscribing. We appreciate your support.
We do.
And we love you.
Yes, we do.
Not in a gay way.
No, we have our socks on.
Yep.
Yeah, we can prove it, but we're not going to because we don't want to. What is it? We don't want the audience eyes to be hurt.
We don't want the foot fetish people to get horny.
Yeah, we don't want them to be in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really a foot fetish if it's socks on, is it?
Huh?
It's not really a foot fetish if the socks on.
People with
they're going to comment and want us to show
They still like feet with socks on them. Like,
really?
Oh, dude, foot fetish people are disgusting animals. They jerk it to anything.
We'll get back to that. So, lightweight.
Pull that sock
Raphael.
nice and slow.
Raphael is 12-4. He lost his last 2 fights. Right? Lost his last 2 fights. Round 3, unanimous decision, and a round 2 knockout TKO. And his last fight he lost to was Justin Gaethje.
He did.
And then the other one was Gamrot. Right? So 8 knockouts, 1 submission, 6 first-round finishes. The next guy I am choosing, Asio is how I'm going to say it. Bahamadas.
Let me say this. Would you say Fazeev, right?
What?
Did you pick Fazeev?
No. What, this guy? Raphael Fazeev?
I was going to say.
No, I'm not picking him.
Okay.
No, Ignio is.
It's Rafael.
Yeah, whatever. It's 17-5. Won his last 2 fights by submission round 1 and knockout round 1. Now 11 knockouts, 2 submissions, 9 first-round finishes. I am going to be choosing him. He is minus 125. Raphael's plus 105. Yeah.
I got Fazeev.
Of course he does.
I got Fazeev on this one.
That was the co-main event. Now, we are on the main event now.
Ugh.
The 2 guys that lost to Alex Pereira. Light heavyweight fight. Jamal Hill is 12-3. Lost his last 2 fights to round 3 knockout to, how do you say his last name? Yuri
Prochazka.
That's right. Prochazka, and lost to round 1 knockout Pereira. 7 knockouts, 4 first-round finishes. Khalil Rountree Jr. was on The Ultimate Fighter, if you didn't know. And how do I know that? Well, we're going to say it again because I own all the seasons of The Ultimate Fighter. That is how I know things. And I have a lot of UFC DVDs. Don't care. Try me. I know stuff. Ultimate Fighter.
And
Dana
things.
White. Dana White. Get us on The Ultimate Fighter.
If you want the Ultimate Fighter to be very entertaining.
If you also want, just pick people that just kind of know how to fight and just put them all on there. We're your guys.
Listen. I'm not saying I would ever win, but I am saying I think that me and Russell in a house full of dudes, not the gay way.
Nope.
Doing dude stuff together, training and stuff. I think we would be good characters for the show.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, look at us now.
We're idiots.
Look at
Yeah.
that. Khalil Rountree Jr. is 14-6. He lost his last fight to Pereira by knockout, but has won his fight before that to round 3 knockout. Now, the only reason, I mean, he went up against Pereira. He was on a good win streak, wasn't he? 10 knockouts, 7 first round finishes. I am picking Rountree. Minus 125. Hill is a plus 105, so the same thing as the other one. But I'm picking Rountree. I think Rountree's got it. He's fought too hard to get to where he's at. I think he's going to win.
Did you know that Khalil Rountree, on his oblique, I would say, like this side of his, he has a silhouette tattoo of Aleister Crowley.
Who's that? You know, I don't know names very well.
The pretty much the inventor of Satanism.
Yeah. That's okay.
Jewish fella. But anyway.
Wait, before we go into this, if you put $10 on my picks, it is $288.31. If you decide to keep all of them except change Mata, if you decide to go with Nicholas Mata and as a member keeping all the same picks, you get $1,093.58. And also, his favorite always tells me the UFC game statistics. We have to go over this. Now, there's only one fight because all these fighters are apparently not on there. Or some of them are, but not all of them. So this fight, the UFC game statistics, right? Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. Hill won by unanimous decision the first one. Second one, Rountree won by a doctor stoppage in round 4. And then finally, Jamal Hill wins by knockout in round 3. Yes. Now, everyone, just to go over this real quick, and I always do this on my phone instead of writing it down. Don't know why. But if you have
one shot
and one opportunity
to see everything you've ever wanted
in this moment. Now, if you...
Would you capture?
Let's see. Jamal Hill won twice. So let's go. Let's see. He won by decision on one of them and won by knockout. Now, I couldn't do it the other day for certain reasons. Here we go. To win by knockout, let's see. If you decide to go with that, let's see. Round 4. If you put $10 down on round 4, you will get $210 if you decide to go with the game statistic victory. Now, if you bet, give me 1 second here, because this thing is being difficult. If you decide to have him win by decision, and it's $10, you just get $65. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. And that is all for me. I hope you enjoyed what I have said. Now, moving on to the main man right here, Wes.
Now, I, as you know, always come up with a very sensible 3-leg parlay. And sometimes it's not something you may like.
Nope.
That's
sometimes.
Fine.
That's okay.
First and foremost on my 3-leg parlay, this is something to say, because I like to say, you know, bet something to buy the dinner with while you're watching it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something to cover the pizza if you're watching at home. I, for one, I like to go to Mama's house on these fight nights, eating something. She always got something good to eat. I like to make her watch it with me. You know what she says, Russ?
Not all the time, but...
You know what she says?
What does she say?
You know what she'll say? Mom might be watching. You know, you never know. Oh, my God. Why does he keep hitting him like that? They need to stop this. Oh, my God. He's bleeding out of his nose. He just need him in the face. Oh, my God. Oh, this looks bad. How do you sit and watch this filth? Oh, my God. Oh, no. He's gonna break his arm. Oh, my God. Okay. He's tapping. Why ain't he letting go? Okay, that nice black man stopped it. That nice black man with the dreads top. That's Herb Dean, Mom. Herb Dean, yes, Herb Dean. That's a good man. He kept that feller from getting his arm broke, did he? Yes. Or did she say something else like, she say something like, well, I want that fella there to win. Why is that, Mama? Well, because his shorts just looks a lot prettier. Yep, his shorts look better and I like them more. Mm-hmm. What are they rubbing on their face before they get it? Why they got to check their gloves for? Won't they hurry this up?
Wow.
I wish that Joe Rogan fella would shut up about the leg kicks.
Get on with it.
No. Anyways, so my 3-leg parlay, Mohammed Nurmagomedov. Is that the name?
I guess.
Minus 290. Okay, I think he had him. Wait, did you have Muhammad? What did you have?
No, I chose the other guy.
Okay, well, I chose somebody different. Muhammad. Minus 290. Curtis Blades. Okay, now Curtis Blades coming off of a loss to basically Thanos. He's due for a win. So, it's like what you say in football or baseball. Where they're due for a win. Or they're due for the over. Whatever. Okay. Curtis Blades, minus 238. Hill versus Rountree. Now, this is something that I had to put some thought into for the 4 seconds that I was writing it before this show.
Because remember, he's unprepared.
Yes, unprepared.
Always unprepared.
I'm going off of instinct and not focused, and sometimes that's what's the best. So, Hill versus Rountree, we know that they lost both of their last fights. Hill lasted until the 3rd round with Yuri Prohaska, which I would say is one of the best light heavyweight fighters on the light heavyweight roster, right?
I think if anybody had to get the title next, it should be him.
Yeah. Now, Khalil Rountree's last fight lasted how long? 4 rounds?
Khalil lasted 4 rounds with Pereira, and Jamal only lasted 1 round.
Khalil got the absolute dog piss beat out of him. He still has a scar on the nose. He'll have that forever. You know what I'm talking about? You seen that? He's got the big scar on his nose.
But he survived 4 rounds.
And I don't think that Jamal Hill is capable of giving the type of beating that Alex Pereira can give. So, who's going to win? I don't know. I have no clue. I hope that Rountree beats Hill because Hill is a dick. I just don't like it, right? But I think that Hill might probably beat Rountree. But Rountree could probably beat Hill. I don't know. So my pick for this. Over 3.5 rounds at plus 170 odds. That makes $51.56 for $10. That is my 3-leg parlay to buy supper. Yeah. In other news, World War III will happen.
That's not
before John Jones agrees to fight Tom Aspinall.
Put your bets in.
So, just putting that out there. We got World War III before we got Jones versus Aspinall. We'll probably get GTA 6 too. All right? That's off the table. That's not happening. However, Lil Wayne has agreed to walk Dustin Poirier to the octagon in Louisiana.
That'll hype up the show for sure.
I think that's going to be one of the most beautiful performances and fights that I have ever seen. I might cry a little bit. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Another thing is Conor McGregor knocked a guy out at a club. He's Conor McGregor. It's what you do.
Mm.
It's what you do. Anything else, Russ?
Nope.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
No.
Try to think here. I'm having a brain fart. I don't know.
Can't go for too long.
Nope.
But,
ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode of Teep Talk. I'm your host, Wes.
And I'm your co-host, Russ.
And it has been a pleasure giving you our picks. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And share this video with...
Share it with your godparents.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's right.
Yeah. Your godparents.
We're trying our best to remember what we've said already.
Mm-hmm.
But godparents is not one we've said.
Mm-hmm. And also, share this with Dana White. Specifically, this clip right here where I'm saying, strip John Jones of the belt. Take it off of him and wrap it around Tom Aspinall's big old ass. Yeah. Yeah. That's what the people want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit being lazy. Do your job. You're a leader, and you can't take this nonsense. You can't put up with it. You got to put your foot down, and you got to speak up for the people that give you the money to do the things that you do. And we're sick and tired of it. We are sick and tired of waiting on John Jones to fight Tom Aspinall when he's not going to do it. I think we should force him into retirement. One time, I worked at a law enforcement job. I was a correctional officer one time, man. And I did something stupid, and it wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't nothing bad. It just, I was going to get fired, right? So the sheriff pulled me in. Pulled me in the office. Said, hey, you screwed up some stuff. Okay. Actually, I just wasn't good with computers. I couldn't figure out the computer stuff and typing people in, right? And that was like a big part of the job. Right? And I just had some issues with the people there, the politics of a small town jail, Some folks didn't like me because I did my job right. I wouldn't let people smoke. No. I wouldn't let stuff slide. Some people would. People would complain. It was a big mess, okay? Sheriff pulled me in and said, hey, I'm going to give you two choices. I can fire you, okay? Not go on your record that you got terminated from a law enforcement position, which looks bad. Or you can resign. What you want to do? So, well, Sheriff, I reckon I'm gonna turn in my badge. Turn in my badge. That's what I did. I turned in my badge. I said, you know what? Rather getting fired, I'm going to retire. I'm a retired law enforcement. I am. And I think that that's what needs to be done with John Jones. He said, hey, you can quit. Okay? You can retire right now and say, I don't want to do this no more. It's been a long run. I've done a lot of fun stuff. I'm sorry. Sayonara. Here's your hat. What's your hurt? Or you're fired. You ain't doing your job. Your job is to take fights from me, the guy that is the president of the UFC. Yeah.
You got that? Anyway.
That was a good rant.
It's a good little rant.
It's a good rant.
But again, like he said, like, subscribe, and tell your godparents about us.
And we will see you in the next episode. God bless.